Hey guys, welcome to the farm. My name is Joe. This is Youngblood Family Farm, and this is my June vlog. Yes, I realize it's July, but this is something that I like to kind of record um, so that I know where I've been, where I'm going. You guys all get it. Nothing spectacular here, just a guy with a garden, right? So I'm going to kind of walk you through what I've been working on, things that are progressing, some things are single year, some things are multiple year. We had just about 2-3 weeks back, we finished up a batch of meat birds. I moved those around in a John Siskovich style stress-free chicken tractor, and I purchased 34 Cornish crosses, and we lost one after day one, and the other 33 made it all the way to the end. I believe our smallest bird was at 513, and our biggest was at like 811, and so lots in the sixes, and it went well. We butchered on site here, and with the help of some local friends came by. We did those on 2 Saturdays, kind of split them up into 2 Saturdays, and the kids got involved, the missus got involved, and it was a good time, and honestly it wasn't that much work. In the past we've been taking it to a place, and they do a good job. It's just I gotta take it in the evening. It's hot out. We lost some chickens because of that stress and that heat. And then reconnecting with them later on, and their prices continue to climb, and you guys know how that deal goes. So we butchered our chickens. Fingers smelled like chicken for a couple days, but they're in our freezer, and we ate one last night. So pretty good deal. I take you to the garden here. Gardens are challenges. They look real pretty when you first work up the dirt, and then you put those little plants in, and you're trying to judge, okay, is there going to be a frost? How much water does this need? How much compost should you put with it? And you're doing a lot of this guessing game because you know, you're doing a guessing game. You're trying to predict what that plant needs. So in this year's garden, we have a lot of tomatoes. We started out with around 72-ish tomatoes. A couple of them decided to give it up within the first couple days, and so those usually just get zucchinis put in their spots, or something else. Going along with that, we also have a nice row of peppers, pretty good sized row of broccoli. Then I usually do a couple plantings of green beans, and I'm going to try to keep walking you guys through this as I'm speaking. And so I try to do a couple plantings of green beans, and then we have some table onions and some kale, and you guys know okra, and all those good eats, along with that cucumbers and a few squash here and there. So gardens are challenges, and that's definitely what I'm experiencing this year. I've always had stink bugs, squash bug issues, but those are usually something that I find around the bottom of the zucchini plant, and this year it's a little different game. They've really attacked my cucumbers. I've usually had cucumbers all along the outside fencing, just trellising away, and this year they won't even let the cucumbers get higher than 2-3 inches. I had one yesterday that was about 5 inches up and just about ready to just explode, and I look at it and it's keeled over, and once you know it, there's a stink bug right there. Just ate through the stem, and I get frustrated with it. I've been trying to use diatomaceous earth, but it doesn't seem to really do that great of a job. You know, using my pinchers does the best job, but that also means I gotta walk through the garden a few times a day. And me being at home a lot during the summer, I could do that, but what's a guy that's working, you know, a first shift or a second shift supposed to do, right? Or even a third shift, guys gotta sleep sometime. And so we keep trying. Recently in Michigan we had crazy rain, and so my raised rows became canals, and so I have not been able to get into this garden much at all. Very wet, very soupy, and so garden's starting to fall a little bit behind. I'm gonna have to do a lot of hand pulling, but that's something that I can do. Strawberries were almost a failure. We had a couple late frosts that hit us right in that flower bloom, and there wasn't much I could do. There was, you know, we could run the sprinkler, but I leave pretty early. I could put tarps on them, but once again, I leave pretty early, and I don't know how to do that frost prevention, how to get them uncovered once the sun comes out. And I think that a lot of you guys know that game. You almost need someone here or someone that is on the day shift as well. A couple late frosts really got us pretty good. Rains came in, rain swamped out everything, and I pretty much thought that my gardening was over for the year. We had, like I said, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches, depends on who you talk to. One guy said 10 inches of rain just a few miles away, and all of a sudden the sun popped out and my tomatoes just looked like they were dead. My peppers looked like old big old floppy dog ears, and so things are bouncing back a little bit. My second planting of green beans, I'm either gonna chew it all up or I'm gonna just start spot planting. Things are bouncing back. Not all the tomatoes are bouncing back, but quite a few of them are. And so I will roll with what I have. Take you guys over to the chicken yard. Chickens are noisy. That's what they do. But what you'll see in here is last fall I was able to get some fruit trees at a pretty reasonable price. Not sure why they weren't getting bought up, but they weren't, so I bought them up. And I was able to put 7 fruit trees, a couple pears and apples in this space here. And you can see there, hold it steady, you can see that there is multiple layers of fencing around each of these. But my idea there is that it will provide some shade, and there 6 of the 7 are growing really well out there. It will provide some shade for them. They will eat some of these pest bugs. I should be able to come out here later in their life and just give them a little shake, and bugs should be able to fall off of them. And then yes, I'll have some issues with them. They will definitely eat my drops, but that will just be me kind of picking at the right time. And I think it's okay if I share a little bit of my crop with my birds. So that's a little bit of an experiment. A little bit of energy in there, but once again, the cost is pretty low, and I pretty excited about this. You know, it's that permanent, you know, zones, all that garbage that people love to throw around, good terminologies. But that's what's happening here. In the chicken yard, right now we have 47 birds, and 12 of them are this year's batch, and not a single one of them has come out of the coop yet. Hey! They're always expecting food. Always expecting food. Trying to get this done before that sun pops out. And so bring it to the pond real quick. I've been doing pond updates, so I'm not going to spend too much time here. But it's been pretty fun to have our own little swimming hole here. The kids really enjoy it. More energy has been spent here, so it's not being spent in the garden or other places, or even in the shop. I'm hoping to get into the shop once the heat of the summer really starts going. But pond's been a real blessing so far, and it's been a fun thing to learn how to manage a different system. So that's the little pond update. As far as the shop goes, let's go to the shop real quick. The shop's a mess. That's what's happening in the shop. But the shop has been a real blessing so far this summer. As you can see, I've got my big slider here, and if you've never watched that video, I got a pretty nice video of insulating this sliding door, and I still don't have any heat out here. I still don't have any air conditioning out here, and I priced out one of those mini split things. Someone, I think my Tim suggested a mini split, and I thought, man, I want to get one of those mini splits, and I priced those things out, and they're pretty pricey. So I've been playing the game of opening the place up during the night and then closing it down during the day, keeping my small service door here shut, and temperatures have been pretty reasonable in here. Considering buying one of those PTAC units that you see in hotels, just because I can do the work, I will probably shoot it back into the main barn. That way I don't have to access the outside of the barn. But those are fairly reasonable as far as costs go, but still looking at doing some kind of electric unit just to avoid insurances. And so that is it. Besides that, as far as farm goes, my wife works as a birth doula and a postpartum doula, and people are having babies right now, so she is a busy lady. My oldest has been working for an area farmer, and so he is putting some hours in. They're getting ready for the wheat harvest, getting equipment all geared up and greased up, and we're ready to roll. And so me and a few kids, we're doing some work here and there. We're trying to keep trying to aim them and make their summer enjoyable, and get ourselves refreshed so that we can do a good job in the fall. So kind of lengthy. I'm sure I'll shorten this up a little bit, but I really appreciate you guys coming along and joining me. And yeah, have a great day. Bye now.